seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the C qualifiers for the SLI Invitational Season 4. We have Game 2 between Mineski and AGV here. Winner faces up against Geek Fam. Loser is out. No frills, no bullshit here. Just a single elimination bracket. I'm Mike Loris, going to be your caster for this game. Again, next game is going to be winner versus Geek Fam. That's going to be happening in 3 hours time. RIP. But you know what? Yeah, hopefully we're going to have a real game this time. Last game was a fairly one-sided stomp from the Mineski side. A couple of deaths early on, but in this day and age in Dota, you can afford to lose those heroes if you're gaining value elsewhere, and for sure they were doing that. Clean lanes in mid and in top for Mineski. And it looks like this game, they're going to look to play just as fast, if not faster. Taking that Bounty Hunter first. Lots of support hate this time around, along with that Tinker, again, in that first ban slot. Interesting to see. But, yeah, when you first pick a Bounty Hunter, you're not messing around, man. Like, you're going in. That's the plan. And we'll see how ham Mineski are actually able to play here. AGV are going to stick to their guns. Picking up a Tusk once again. Shadow Shaman this time in their hands instead. Is, a pretty basic opening here for AGV. Not basic as in bad. It covers pretty much all your bases. You get that defensive power from the Tusk, get the offensive power and disables from the Shadow Shaman, as well as those shards early on. So you do have pretty much a perfect spread of power here with these two supports. I think this is one of the more balanced support openings that you can get. It really just does everything for you, a little bit of everything. But, yeah, they know pretty much exactly what's coming. They are going to have to respond to aggressive play here from the Mineski squad. Going to pick up Tiny one more time, and usually Tiny isn't really going to be that flex pick. Usually Tiny goes towards the safe lane, farms up, and that's that. But that was an Ice Tiny that ended up acting like a vengeful spirit almost. Like, he actually just several times, maybe debatably once the game was kind of already in the bag, but Blink Toss Back is, yeah, it's a way to initiate. It works out. And this flex pick of the Mineski side, this ability to really get Tiny and put him into literally any lane, that's a lot of power here. Now, I'm not really sure if that's necessary in this particular scenario, seeing as though it seems like Mineski are just the strictly better team. But still, Tiny does work really well with the Bounty Hunter. The ability for Tiny to join in those early game engagements, start poking down on these supports, and really join the Bounty Hunter in that is damn near unparalleled. So you'll be able to go in, and if it's someone like a Shadow Shaman, just smash him into the ground. No questions asked. Easy kills there. Of course, we'll see what core is on the other end for the AGV side. Shadow Shaman Tusk is a lot of hassle for a Tiny to deal with before he gets his status resistance from his ultimate and from just, getting more strength. So in lane, still might be a little bit tough for Ice. But that is, of course, assuming he's going to be going into that Tiny role in the off lane. Yeah, that is by no means confirmed at this point. Medusa and Lycan can be taken out. I do like the Lycan ban quite a bit. Not that AGV don't have answers to a Lycan. Tusk and Shadow Shaman are actually both pretty good support heroes at dealing with the Wolf.
10 seconds
but it's another one of those core heroes that is going to be willing to just dive in with the Bounty Hunter, start things off very quickly, and just start smorking all the way to victory. Tidehunter and SF now going to be banned out by Mineski. Really like that Tidehunter ban. Again, if your plan is going to be just run at the opponent, then a Ravage is going to stop you in your tracks. The hero himself is pretty much immune to Bounty Hunter shenanigans. AGV along those lines can still pick up someone like a Puck, a hero that is very, very resistant to being ganked by a Bounty Hunter. Very elusive and is just, never really bad. No, it's not going to be a Puck. That is definitely not Puck. Vengeful Spirit is the pick for a little bit more of an aggressive twist for this draft for the AGV side. I imagine these are going to be the three heroes going into their safe lane, at least to try to apply a little more pressure here. This is a really, really devastating tri-lane. Like, if they can actually go offensive tri-lane. They have that luxury as well. Like, this is about as top tier as you can get for a kill power. Vengeful Spirit, with the Shadow Shaman, you have all this disable, you have all this right-click damage. Yeah, you will need it up against a hero like Queen of Pain, up against a hero as tanky as a Tiny. But if you see this coming from the Mineski side, you know that the enemies are going to be kind of aggroing you, then yeah, you might as well try to take advantage of that and say, okay, we know that's your plan when it's like 15 minutes in, but we're going to hit you really hard when it's just 2 minutes in and try to get an advantage from the early get-go. Slowing down these heroes, delaying the track levels, delaying the toss levels, the avalanche levels, and the tiny. These are really important things for AGV to get done with this particular draft. If they just draw even in the lanes, like what we saw in the last game, where they get a handful of kills, but still they're not getting convincing amounts of CS, then they're just going to fold. Like, Eventual Spirit is not really meant to be fighting from behind. If you do get behind as a core Venge, you're feeling pretty awful. You can still save some more important heroes, but usually those heroes are Medusa. Like, if you have a Vengeful Spirit core and a Medusa, you're feeling okay, since even if you fall behind, you can still just be that save type hero that kind of support Vengeful Spirit for your team. But if you're all in on the Venge and it looks like they may just be, then she absolutely needs to get some kills and maintain momentum in this game. Now, I'm not sure if I'm in the minority or not. I personally think that Underlord is a gigantic garbage can. I don't know. I think I am. Like, I'm of the opinion that Razor's a gigantic garbage can. Although I've been getting a little bit more respect for the hero as of late. Underlord, I just never see Underlord do anything. Like, he's tanky for sure, but it's not like he's tanky to the point where he's just unkillable in lane. Like, heroes like Puck, those heroes are kind of unkillable in lane. Underlord's just fat, and we've seen several times teams are able to deal with an Underlord. Even several times I've seen Monkey King just being picked up in response to Underlord and say, okay, melee versus melee matchup, Monkey King, get to it. Underlord doesn't stand a chance. He does have that counter push. He does have that mobility, and if you are AGV, not looking strictly in the lanes, but in the more mid-game scenario, you can crash in, kind of aggro into those towers, and essentially suicide for the towers, but because you have an Underlord, you're not actually suiciding and dying. You're just making a suicidal play with the backup plan of that relocate out with the Underlord. Other than that, though, man, I feel like this hero is so bad. The hero just doesn't do enough. What he does is so great if the fight is clustered, taking place in a really, really small corridor, but, that's such a situational type of style. Really am not a fan of this hero. Like, compare him to some of these other off lanes, like Sand King, you could always see the benefits of. Timbersaw on the off lane, he just destroys people. Beastmaster, you get that roar initiation. Underlord really doesn't. Mineski will grab a Luna now for that safe lane. And that is something that AGV may be a little bit happy about, actually. Of course, Luna is going to be a hero that, along with the Tiny and Queen of Pain, can really just pile into that Bounty Hunter once he does get that track and those levels up. But the Luna is also a hero that is kind of paper thin. Put her in the safe lane, and Mineski, yeah, you expect to get some farm. But looking at these lanes from AGV, putting Underlord bottom lane, expecting a tiny matchup, which is pretty good for the Underlord, or at least not bad, means that you could put Venge, Tusk, and Shadow Shaman, or just Venge, Shadow Shaman, up against that Luna. And because Mineski have a Bounty Hunter who really doesn't want to be sitting in the lane, he wants to be mostly poking in mid, and if he can, towards Underlord as well. That means that Luna is going to be, let's say, two heroes in the lane, dual laning, maybe like 2.5 lane. That's going to be really abusable here for AGV. So lane-wise, they look like they have some really good matchups. Again, if these lanes don't really go perfectly, then they will be in a lot of trouble, because Mineski can, much like we saw in Game 1, then just absolutely snowball out of control. This is exactly what their draft is kind of supposed to do.
5 seconds remaining.
But we'll see. The Shadow Demon is going to be taken out here, getting rid of that very balanced combo, Shadow Demon Luna. I don't really know if there's a hero that'll enable them to fight enough here. I mean, a hero like Bane usually is what you want at this stage in the game, but he's clearly not an available pick right now. What'll it be for this? Oh, that's a 4 position. No, what? That's a Brewmaster for Mineski. I want to say support bounty, support Brewmaster. Just a 4 position brew. We have seen teams kind of experiment with that, And it's kind of a high risk, high reward
5
pick.
seconds remaining.
Like, if you don't get anything done, then you're just not ever going to get anything done. But if you do, like, if you do okay, even if your split is a little bit late, then, yeah, you could still do a lot of work with it. Doesn't seem like there's anything really useful to dispel here. AGV going to stick to their guns here and go for this aggressive style of their own. Again, able to make these suicidal plays into the towers, now amplified by the DK. Together with the Shadow Shaman and Vengeful Spirit, this is about as pushy as you can possibly get from the AGV side. And lane matchup-wise, it actually looks pretty clean. Okay, no, it's going to be a 4-position Tiny instead, with an off-lane Brew played by Ice Ice Ice. I can get behind that as well. I can definitely see, though, AGV, I mean, they're kind of built up for this early snowball as well. They really just want to get an advantage in these lanes. DK seems rather immovable, although we do have a very high chance for shenanigans. You are working with a 4-position Tiny, which already opens the door for shenanigans, but I mean, you're also going to work with a Bounty Hunter. So being randomly tossed into seemingly nowhere, that is a significant threat for a draft that has 3 melee heroes, including 2 of those heroes being core. You really, from a mid lane standpoint, DK, do not want to be randomly tossed into the enemy tower. That feels bad, man. So if AGV are able to get a decent foothold in these lanes and dodge the offensive moves here from Mineski, they have a really good shot, because their push power is unrivaled. Like, they can really just crash in super hard and be safe in doing so. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure how likely that is to happen. Just based off of Game 1's performance, Mineski seemed to have a leg up mechanically in how they manage their lanes. And even though these lanes are looking pretty good for AGV, I don't want to just say, like, they're not going to win the lanes because of a skill mismatch, but it does seem like that is a real possibility here. We'll see, though. We have ourselves an Underlord. BHM is going to be handling that one. Had a really tough time last game as the Brew. Hopefully for him, it's going to be a little bit better this time. Dencio is on the Dragon Knight. Aris is once again on the Tusk God Grim on the Shadow Shaman. And Cirque, he's not invited to the party. He's on the Vengeful Spirit. Ninja Boogie is playing the Ninja Bounty Hunter. We got Ice 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 on the Brewmaster. Moon is on the Queen of Pain. That's Nana for all of you guys who know him as that. I don't actually know if he's known as Nana anymore. He used to be. Maybe some people do, I'm sure. Other people just know him as Moon. But Mushi's on the Luna. We got Jabs on the Tiny. I'm not going to call him Nana. Hell no. I'm going to call him Moon, because that's what his name says. We're going to have Ice 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 set up to do the off-lane shenanigan pull, and looks like Mineski are able to muscle their way into 3 bounty runes. GG. Next set, please. Ice 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 this time is not going to be jacked up and killed, unless he goes in a really weird direction, but it looks like he should be fine. Yeah, did give first blood last time he tried to do this. Up against a Shadow Shaman, up against a Tusk, like, it is very dangerous to be doing this, but those heroes are nowhere nearby, so he'll be just fine. Get that free wave, and we'd see no similar shenanigans happening from the off lane of AGV here. Let's quick sweep over these lanes. This mid lane I would imagine to be very boring. The DK should be doing just fine here. Up against the Quap is definitely one of his worst matchups as far as, threat level is concerned. Oh, BHM. Things were bad last game. Things are looking like they might be pretty bad this game as well. Jab's going to grab the level 1 tree toss and just go to work on this Underlord. Mushi, though, is going to leave them to it. Jabs and Ninja Boogie. 1 tree toss. Got him from downtown. It's Jabs. And Mushi is going to be CSing all the while. What's going on here? Grim is messing with Ice Ice Ice, doing quite a bit of damage, actually. Shadow Shaman's base damage is not to be underestimated. And Ice 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 doesn't have a stout shield or anything like that, so he's getting pretty banged up, but already hits level 2 because of that pull. Can we call that a pull? I think we can call that a pull. So, take some damage. Even if he does go down, we saw how little that mattered in the last game. Again, gotta watch out for the shenanigans of the Bounty Hunter, and of course that Tiny. I have a fun story about this Tiny, but I don't know if it's time for that just yet. BHM just getting right-click down. Firestorm is going to run its course. Now here comes Ninja Boogie with the Janata Slow with the Orb of Venom. Avalanche lands onto 2. This time Mushi is involved in the fights. Even the Cleave from the tree is coming in on this Underlord. He's just going to get stomped into the ground. Once again, Jab's going to pick up that kill. And Ninja Boogie versus Aris. Bounty Rune, Bounty Rune. Shards are going to wall off, and Aris is going to grab the rune. But Ninja Boogie doing a lot of damage here. Not quite enough to get the kill. But still enough to make this Tusk second guess his life choices. Over in mid though, Densio. He also had a really rough time in the last game, and it looks like it's not going to be any easier here. Is doing really well in the CS department. DK does have some okay durability, okay damage. The Breathe Fire really makes it difficult for the Quap to last hit, but dying there in a solo capacity 1v1 mid. That's definitely different than what we saw in the last game where Ice got jacked up 3v1 in the off lane. Dying in that vacuum means that Moon is just going to get that extra momentum. But yeah, the first Tiny I saw after the rework was a 4-position Tiny that roamed around and literally did nothing. Not a single time did he do anything. He walked into lane, threw a tree at someone, then left. Like, that was the extent of the off-lane Tiny for the first time I saw him after the rework. And Jab's already blowing all those expectations away. Like, he's just using this Tiny as just like a right-click harasser, kind of like a Bane. He's just coming in with his durability, just trading hits, man. And it's working out pretty damn well for him. I mean, just look at this base damage. 81 plus the 14 here from the Lunar Blessing. Sometimes, at least. The Underlord is not an easy nut to crack, but if you soften up beforehand, it's definitely possible. Ninja Boogie even going to deny the pull to the side, arriving in the lane. What is going on here with this huge thing? Can I get rid of that? Why is it so bugged? Yeah, we got rid of it. 4 kills for the Mineski squad. This time, CS is not overwhelmingly in their favor. The DK is doing much better this time than in the last. The Vengeful Spirit is having a very clean lane on the bottom side. Not really much contest available here from Ice. But still, the Dire are getting... we'll be generous and say this is an even CS game. 4 kills, obviously going to turn the tides just a bit. And the Bounty Hunter pushing in towards mid one more time. Jabs is here with the tree. Tosses the Underlord back in towards Mushi. There is some Firestorm action. It's doing some damage, but the shards, oh, that doesn't do them any favors. Oh, those are not the shards you were looking for. Aris going to try to panic and get his way out of there, but another toss back into the Luna. Mushi will take some damage here, but that's no concern of his. He'll have his salve, he'll have a tango, and it'll be another 2 kills. Maybe even 3 for the Mineski squad as Densio getting chipped down by Moon. Does have that raindrop, so Scream and Pain won't really do all that much. In fact, it will do pretty much nothing. But Mushi is, much like Game 1, having an absolute free lane. Actually, unlike Game 1, he's actually getting involved in these kills really early on. Last game, he was just PvEing the entire time, and then suddenly busting out with a million items. Okay. Sonic Wave does pure damage, so yeah, DK doesn't really have a great matchup there. My apologies for missing that kill, guys, but Queen of Pain, even in CS, 2 kills, 2 solo kills versus the enemy DK. And you know how people always say, me included, how it's like, oh, DK doesn't win lane, he just sustains through it. This is not happening in this particular one. Aris, oh, he did not see the Tiny. Sneaky, sneaky jabs. Suddenly a million heroes, and down to less than half HP in the blink of an eye. He will make a kind of nice wall there, but it's not going to happen. They will lose Ice in the bottom lane, and that's something for the AGV side. An absolutely must-need kill on anyone at this stage. Of course, that's not like the ideal kill, especially after having lost someone on top side, but again, beggars can't be choosers. Once again, toss back BBM. The HM is in the lane and is taking so much damage from Mushi. Avalanche used, and Underlord dead for the 4th time. And well, Ice in a little bit of trouble himself. He'll throw it a haze because he can. Will go down in exchange. Mirrored trades across the map. Both these 2 heroes not really worth a hell of a lot. So it is quite nice for Cirque to be getting these kills and just being involved early on as the Vengeful Spirit. But Ninja Boogie, only level 3 right now. Even though he's involved in all these kills, maybe involved in another. Okay, well, there you go. Breathe Fire is going to give him quite a bit of extra durability. 3 points in the blood. Means that he has an absolute shit ton of armor, but you know what doesn't matter? Oh, Scream Pain not doing enough damage. Now the right clicks. Denseal's going to turn around and win the exchange. Okay, my apologies, DK. I've underestimated you. That breathe fire damage reduction, the abundance of armor, and the fact that Quap really has all her damage front-loaded in that Scream of Pain. Only 1 point in the dagger. Is Densio is actually going to survive and turn that one around. Not bad at all. That is exactly what you need after having died twice to the Quap. Now, lane vis-a-vis mid is essentially tied up. Mushi eclipsed with Grimm's name on it. Erase is going to unable to snowball. I thought he would have had that one. Is going to dodge, I think, one beam. But Mushi is still relentless here. He is going to be caught in the pit, but that is going to do about nothing because Pit of Malice level 1 is, again, kind of a trash can. 310, and the Mushi rotation is going to continue, actually. They were able to take down the tier 1 top lane, giving the lane now 2 jabs to farm it up. Very similar to what we saw in game 1. That style here from Mineski, except this time coming out from the safe lane. Mushi with this Ring of Aquila turned on, with the Lunar Blessing. Slight amount of clearing here from the Moonglaves, but really just wants to use this early game Luna power to push some towers. They'll try to mirror it over in the mid lane. Shadow Shaman's nowhere close to a Serpent Ward level. They do the swap back on Moon. They'll catch him in the shards as well, even after the blink. Perfectly played by the Tusk. They will grab the Quap, and a big kill for the AGV side. Still, this tower is going to be chipped down thanks to the Corrosive Breath. Ninja Boogie is going to make his rotation in. Still only level 3. Should be able to pretty easily pick up level 4 here. Tower will first be taken by the Mineski side. Level 4 here now for the Bounty Hunter. Reese is going to snowball in towards jabs. Out of mana is this Tiny. Does have some wand charges. Maybe he can cast one more spell. No. They'll lose Grim in the background. Ninja Boogie assassinating him. And we'll get dusted up. Densio, though, is going to run out of Elder Dragon form. Still lands the Dragon Tail. Moon, though, arming the Sonic Wave onto 2. And will immediately take down the Tusk. Has a blink to take down Densio soon enough. Is actually just doing no damage. Scream will do some damage. There it is. And Mineski will lose a handful of supports, but gain a DK kill in exchange. And still on this bottom lane, they are still pushing in. This tower is going to be very slowly pushed. Luna maxing out this Lucent Beam in a pretty standard build. Doesn't have a Mask of Madness or anything like that, so this push is not all that fast. Though it is very well protected because Ice Ice can just do this. You can just split, put the Earth Bruling on the tower, get that extra demolish damage, have the Storm and Fire just run roughshod in the background. They will kill off 1 and maybe even 2. Yes, they will. But there's no chance to kill the Earth. They can swap them back if they have the vision and the range, but I don't really think that's going to be happening. Densio's coming in from the north side with the range stun. Is he going to be close enough? Oh, he sees him. He got him. With the Dragon Tail at least. And now they should be able to bag Ice Ice Ice. They got him. You know, that was an ambitious usage of the split. How much damage did it actually do the tower? About half HP. Again, AGV are fighting back decently in this game. A much closer exchange. Closer consistently than in the last game. And that is really, really valuable for them. And the unfortunate part of that exchange was that the Elder Dragon form was used all the way back here. So it's going to be already half up by the time they get to the tower. But still, they're putting up a fight here. They have their game plan, they're sticking to it, and I can appreciate that. Jab's going to be scouted by the Wave of Terror. Cirque, level 1 swap only right now. Jabs has level 4 toss. He's immediately going to swap into the Dragon Tail. Shackle up as well. Everything's being used on the Tiny, but Clips comes in for the background. Mushi does get it split a little bit in the creep wave, focusing now on the Vengeful Spirit as everyone else on AGV is just folding. Jab's not even dying to that exchange, actually. Raindrop Wand doing some overtime work as Denso's going to be chased down by the Quap and the Luna. They'll pick up the Tusk as well, and they will walk away, AGV, with a big old goose egg. Tiny, with that status resistance, perhaps making the difference. I mean, Tiny is just a naturally bulky hero. Just looking at his strength gain, he has some serious muscles here. And Mineski, with that, we'll call it a trap. We'll call it a bait. A perfectly laid one, are able to 4-0 the AGV side on bottom. And maybe look for a little bit more because Ice is actually going to loop her around. They will get the shackles off into the Queen of Pain, but it's going to be immediately broken by the Avalanche, and everyone else is going to fold. Oh my god, the AoE damage. Reese is not long for this world. Swap out from Cirque is going to put Densio in the middle of the fight, but he is tanky enough to actually stand in the middle of the fight and not immediately die. Ice, though. He's going to walk right in. Magic Missile is there. I don't think they can chainsaw him. He's going to get tossed back out, though, by Ice and get the split off. Everyone is tracked up, mind you. Avalanche coming back in. Dencio is still very durable here. Will pop the Elder Dragon form, toss Sonic Wave, and still with the Brewlings on the Dragon Knight's ass. I don't know if he's going to escape here. He is tracked up, and it will be the first track kill, I think, of the game. Drop now from BHM. He and Cirque are both tracked up, and Ninja Boogie and Jabs are both trapped. Never mind, only Jabs is trapped. Dude's got some style right now on this Tiny, but oh, they know he's there. Okay, they definitely know him. Oh, he's going to toss out one, Avalanche the other. Grim will jump in with the shock and end up getting that kill. But still, towers are falling in favor of Mineski. Track gold is being accrued, and this is a concern. This is supposed to be what AGV want to do in this game. But we can see they have so far taken down a grand total of 0 towers. And they'll take down 1 tower. If this is denied, that will suck so hard. Oh, these Serpent Wards are being cleaned up mighty quick. I think it is going to be denied. Oh my god, that is just such a kick to the nuts. Oh, feels bad, man, gunned. Dude, when you're running a draft like this and you get a tower denied, even if this game was perfectly even, like, that stings. Being behind and getting it denied, oh geez, feels bad, man. Able to take down only 1 tower after having used 2 dragon forms. The other towers, about the same amount of HP. They really cannot change gears here. They can't say, okay, we're going to go late game. You can't really avoid the fights. Mineski are going to be looking for them too aggressively, so you have to be ready to just walk headlong into these engagements. And I do like the itemization here. A lot of early game items here, lots of sets of drums, valuable cost-effective stat items, but Reese is going to be tracked up one more time. He's going to ditch his entire spell payload before he goes down. He will go down, though. Mega kill for Moon, blinking forward, looking for some more. Grim is spotted. Jabs also sees Dencio. Avalanche toss into Ice for the clap. No, actually Dragon Tail lands before the clap. Not like it matters. He's tracked and dead. Cirque is still in the trees. And Mineski don't really know about this. And luckily for Grim, he's able to get out himself. But using a DK instead is not exactly an ideal trade there. Tower's even going to be defended by Jabs up on top side. Mushi now with the Mask of Madness plus the Lance is going to be going to work on this tower. And it is not long for this world. Ninja Boogie tracked up all the way into his Urn of Shadows. I wonder if you go straight Soul Vessel in this game. And Soul Vessel, as far as sustain is concerned, is pretty crazy. I don't know. Like, this might be a game where he's like, you know, I don't need the Soul Vessel. I can just go and kill things with a Solar Crest or something like that. Get a mechanism. Well, I haven't really seen a lot of that being a priority for bounty hunters nowadays. Like, they'll still get it if they have the extra gold, but Soul Vessel is usually like the item to get first because it's just that good. I don't think you'll have to worry about any lack of charges in this game. It doesn't seem like it's a legitimate concern. Oh my god, can AGV get a tower that's not denied? Well, it's going to be hotly contested, that's for damn sure. Underlord thrown up. He does have a hood, so the barrier does go up. They'll try to dispel it. Actually, that doesn't work, or did that miss? I thought it would work. Brewmaster. Oh, no. No, it's another deny. Oh my god. Another kick, this time to the other nut. They'll toss the DK back into the middle of the engagement, and they'll slaughter him. Shuriken bouncing through onto Grim on the south side. Bounty Hunter, Jabs, both thinking about going for that Shadow Shaman. Will reconsider. I don't think they can actually get much here. Never mind, they have a Blink Dagger on Jabs. They'll definitely kill Grim for another track kill for Ninja Boogie and company. Dude, 2 towers denied. Like, there's one more tier 1. I don't think I've ever seen a team able to deny all 3 tier 1 towers. Most people only have 2 nuts to kick, and so far those have been sufficiently kicked by those 2 denies. The lead now pushed to 12k, just 16 minutes in. 12k is a redeemable lead if it's 35 minutes in. I think that's like a game where if you're 12k behind with the right draft, you could still be feeling okay. 16 minutes in, no, you're feeling pretty bad. You're feeling real bad because Mineski, they have gotten so much track gold. They pick up a medallion on the bounty hunter, then it's the vessel, or vessel buildup. Lads on the Brewmaster means that Roche is going to be pretty safe and pretty quick. wish it would tell how much bonus damage this is. I mean, plus 71 on Luna, hitting for like 300 or 200 a pop is not that bad. Even a little bit more, given the minus armor situation here. The AGV side are coming in. Swap back is going to catch the Bounty Hunter. But already the Roshan has been cleaned out. Now Mushi is going to drop the Moonlight onto Cirque, onto everybody. And he does have the double life even. Sonic Wave cuts onto 2. They'll kill off the DK. And BHM shortly after. They will take down the Aegis. But maybe not worth it here, as Aris is going to get tracked up and dropped. They also chase forward for Cirque and bring him down with the blink of the Tiny. And it's another slaughter. Another 4-for-0 exchange. 4-for-1 actually. They do pick off the Bounty Hunter. But I think that's like the definition of consolation prize, because Bounty Hunter is kind of okay dying there. He did buy back, but you know what? You get a couple of track kills and it doesn't matter. Does anyone know if buyback factors into track gold? I don't actually know the wording of the buyback gold thing. Like, I know you get less gold from kills and CS. I don't know if you get universally less gold, though. Because this gives you flat gold. I don't know if that's actually reduced. Oh, BHM is going to wander into the wrong neighborhood. Nice pipe. Nice hood, bro. Just straight ground down by the huge attack speed of Mushi. And they've got another in their sights. Aris, where are you rolling to? Not far away, but I bet he kind of wishes he rolled further away. Double kill for Moon. And this game is looking pretty cruel. Like, this is a mean game right here. Oh, the toss back. We saw this last time from Ice Ice Ice. Jab's like, yo, I can do it too, bro. Triple kill for Moon. As delayed as that was, somehow the game still counts it as a triple. And now that the tower is down, the glaives are going to start to bounce. There's no match style here because it's only 18 minutes in, but GG is just called. Dude. Cruel and unusual punishment. There's not much to say about this. Like, there are games where, especially in these single elimination style brackets, first round, this is where it's gonna happen if it happens. We actually saw this in the Fnatic versus TNC game because Fnatic were off their rocker. They got absolutely dumpstered by TNC. But goddamn, Mineski showing that they are still a good team. Although, no offense to AGV, the competition here is not extremely stiff. Like, it is, this is the expected result. Mineski winning in 1 hour and 40 minutes, even after starting the game a little bit late. And what else is there to say? Clearly, Mineski are just on another level mechanically. It's not even as if the draft from AGV was bad. It's just, Mineski are just way too good here. There's just a significant difference in skill, and there's not much else that can be said. Mineski are a real team, guys, and fortunately for all you Mineski fans, we're not done with them today. They're going to be going up against Geek Fam. That's going to be happening in, oh my god, 2 hours, 20 minutes. I will be taking down the stream, guys. Hopefully, let's take a quick check over on the second StarLadder channel. If I could actually not Twitter. Okay, let's see if that channel is actually live. Bricky should be maybe casting some Chinese Dota. Hopefully you guys can watch that, because, oh, is this? His game just ended also. Dude, what the hell? Why are all these games like 20 minutes long? This is stupid. But yeah, guys, I will be taking the stream down because I'm not going to sit here and just play music for 2 hours. Geek Fam vs Mineski will be at 1300 CET. That's 20 SGT. I don't know what you guys have in time zones, but if you guys enjoyed the games, be sure to tune back in then. If you guys enjoyed the casting, you can follow me along on Twitter at Mike Loris or Mike Loris Gaming on Facebook if you prefer that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.